which is the 2005 to 2012 Mustangs. I will be showing you on a 2007 Mustang GT-CS. Now the parts today come from StallionSuspension.com, or you can find them at ShopFreedomRacing.com. Overall, great company, everything made in the USA, and they build things right. Right here you can see the lower control arm. They offer two versions, adjustable and solid. I will be using the solid. They also offer two different types of poly bushings, extreme poly or regular poly. Now I'm using the extreme poly, which I recommend. Another cool feature with this is the only company that offers this is the e-brake line clip. Now what this does is on the stock lower control arm, the e-brake line is routed and attached through the middle of the lower control arm. So once you use solid control arms, you have nowhere to attach the e-brake line. So to solve this problem, Stallion Suspension came up with a clip so you can attach it to this, which I recommend purchasing when you purchase your control arms from Stallion Suspension. Now the benefits of lower control arms, as beefy as these are, is the fact that it'll beefen up the suspension and reduce wheel hop. So when you accelerate, it'll keep the pressure down on the axle to the ground to give you more traction and better reaction times. Also, I will be showing you today in my garage. I will not be using impact tools. I will be using regular tools and a torque wrench to show you step by step how you can install these in your own garage. So let's begin. So first thing you want to do is grab your jack and your jack stand and a piece of plywood is jack up under the pumpkin of the axle. And the reason why you use the wood is so you don't damage when jacking up under the center of the axle. So you're going to jack it up and then you're going to place the axle on your jack stands to load the suspension. So let's go ahead and begin. Now after you jack up the vehicle, as you can see here, the axle is supported on top of the jacks. And what this does is load the suspension as if it were sitting on the ground. So next step is you will remove your tire. Now to remove your tires, if you don't already know, you can use a 3/4 inch socket, and of course you're going to need a key to your wheel locks if you have them. But with the vehicle up, the e-brake on, the transmission and gear, you should be able to remove them. Now with all the lug nuts off, your next step, of course, is pull the wheel off and set it to the side. That's a tire. Now to begin installing your lower control arms, you need to remove the e-brake line, which there's a clip right here, which you wiggle off and set aside. And then you'll take the e-brake as you pull back and remove it. And you'll take it and twist and pull your e-brake off. And then you'll reroute that through the stock control arm where you can see it running through. And just place it to the side. Now you will need to do this on both sides of the vehicle. Okay, to begin to remove the stock lower control arms, you're going to remove this 18mm bolt and the one at the front of the lower control arm. Now when you remove them, again, it is recommended that you use Ford factory brand new bolts to replace. Again, I'm going to use the stock ones. Also, when you drop the stock lower control arms, set them down the way they came off so you can match them up with the other ones because there is an offset. Also, one other thing, only do one side at a time until you go to the other side. So have one side completely done so that way it doesn't shift anything, and then once that side is torqued down, you will go to the other side. So let's begin removing these bolts and the front bolts. Once the stock one is removed, you can see a huge difference between the products. But again, with the Stallion Suspension, you need to set it up exactly the way this one came off. And you can see the offset right here. So with this one, there's a longer piece right here, so you want it to sit that way. And again, I'm going to use synthetic grease all around the bushings before I install. Also, you want to use blue Loctite on the bolts when you reinstall them. Again, you might want to use brand new ones from Ford, but I will be reusing the old ones. So let's go ahead and install this the exact way this came out. Now at this point, I'm going to go ahead and put grease on the bushings. You want to put it on there really good. We'll go ahead and get this side in first. put the bolt in there loosely, and then you want to grease up the other end. Now once you have it installed, this bolt right here and the other end both need to be torqued down to 129 foot-pounds. After that, I will show you how to hook up the e-brake line. So let's go ahead and torque these down. Now when you go to put the e-brake line on, you're going to put it through the clip and you're going to tighten it down with a 3/16 Allen key, and then you'll run it back up and reinstall it to where you took it off. Now following this, after you check everything and make sure it's good, you're going to go ahead and do this on the other side the exact same way you did it on the first side you originally started on. So let's go ahead and tighten things up here and continue on the other side. So there you go. Today you learned how to install lower control arms in your S197 Mustang from Stallion Suspension. Now after driving your vehicle for a certain amount of time, your suspension is going to settle. Things are going to feel a lot stiffer than before, if not a lot better than your stock parts. But if you have any problems such as clumps, squeaks, or just doesn't feel right, ensure you go back, recheck your bolts, and recheck your torque specs for your safety. If you have any questions regarding the installation today, definitely in the comment section below, leave me a comment. I always respond back to you guys. In the description will be my Facebook page where you can also find me and leave me questions. If you have any questions regarding the awesome products today, go to stallionsuspension.com or shopfreedomracing.com. A link to their website will be in the description below. Don't forget to click that like button, subscribe, and show your support. Thanks for watching, guys.